Hello Otters, Miss Bennet here, welcoming you to your Tuesday learning. Fantastic start to the week. Keep it up, keep going. So let's talk you through your Tuesday learning. So to start off with, you've got a wake and shake, and this for today, you are going to do a 6 times table one with Fred the Red, which I know you enjoy that one, so have fun with that. Then for your maths today, for the year fours, you're doing a little recap, just developing and feeling confident in this skill again, this area of this maths. A little recap on multiplying 2-digit number by 1-digit number. And then year 5, you are continuing to multiply 2-digit numbers by a 2-digit number. Okay, looking at different methods and ways of doing that. So again, please make sure you have a look at the video and pause the video where you need to, but equally also where they tell you to have a little go at the questions if possible. You could pause the video then and then have a go at those questions that they recommend. You're doing brilliantly with the maths, so keep it up, that's fantastic. What I have got for you right now is a little guess the number game, which you could do with me right now if you have a scrap piece of paper to hand, or if you want to, you could do this by holding the information in your head. So I'm going to give you a starting number, I'm going to tell you to do different things to this number, and then hopefully you'll have an ending number and I'll go through it together with you. So starting number is 40. The starting number is 40, so 40. I'd like you to then add 28 to that number, please. Then I'd like you to subtract 15 from that number. I'd like you to add 3 back onto the number. And finally, thinking about your times table links, I'd like you to divide this number by 7. Right, what did you get? Hopefully you got the same answer as me, which is the number 8. Right, so I'll talk this through with you quickly. So your starting number was 40. You are asked to add 28 to this number. So you should have got a new number, 68. Then I asked you to subtract 15 away from this number. Okay, so if you do subtract 15, do the ones first, you end up with 3 tens, so you should have then had a new number of 53. Then adding 3 back onto that number, you should have then got 56. And then hopefully when you saw the divide 7 come up, you should have rung a few bells in your head and thinking, oh, okay, I've got to link this to the 7 times table. Miss Bennet is giving me a number which can link to the 7 times table. And correct, I did. Okay, so if we go through, you should have had in your head what times 7 makes 56, or how many groups of 7 can I get into 56? So if we go through the multiples of 7 to get to the one we need to, you've got 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lots of 7. 8 lots of 7 make 56, so therefore when you divide 56 by 7, you get 8. So your ending number should have been 8. Brilliant. I hope you had fun with that. Just a little activity to get your brains warmed up. Optional maths activities include arithmetic of subtracting 3-digit numbers. Another selection of those, and then there is also the optional word problems and reasoning questions should you wish to do so, remembering that it's only 1 a day, please. Then your English, you've got your spellings, your new spellings, both year 4 and year 5, unit 12. Okay, and for today I'd like you to have a go at completing the spelling zone section of the sheet which I've linked in. It's from your Read, Write, Ink spelling books. Okay, so you should recognise that, and it gives you the different steps for doing so. Then onto handwriting, there'll be a new handwriting session on the blog. Please check that out. Okay, and we're focusing on the letter G this week. Okay, so you're doing really well with that, so keep that up. Really good to keep your writing stamina up, so well done. Grammar for today, continuing your focus with using brackets, but for today, if you could please go from slide 14 to 21, so that's starting with the reasoning 1 question, continuing on to the end of the PowerPoint. So this will be where you have the question, answer, and you can have a go at trying them out for yourself as you go through the slides. Then onto your writing. So we're linking our English focused writing into a text called The Wild Robot, but we're just building up a few skills as we're continuing to link in to our book, The Wild Robot. So here it is again, okay, just to remind you. So for today, I'd like you to be able to have a bank and a collection of words to replace said. This will be important for your writing going forward. Okay, so do take some care with this work today. I've also put at the top, if you've got a reading book to hand or even multiple reading books, because you're just going to be scanning the pages rather than actually really in-depth reading the pages, this will be good if you do have a reading book to hand, because then you can find within your reading book words to replace said, or different ways of saying said. It might be, you know, a few words rather than just one individual word. Okay, so you've got a video to hear about some different words to replace it, some different examples. You can always pause that video and see if there's any ones that you want to write down there and then. Then I found for you a flower template, and there's an image of this included in your blog for you to create a flower of words to replace said, with the petals being those words to replace said. Okay, and in the centre of the flower, you can write words to replace said. So I've attached a template of a flower if you wish to use that, or you can draw and create your own. Just make sure it's large enough for you to be able to get your writing into the petals. Again, you can use your reading book to find some different words to replace said. Hopefully you should have some in your head as well of different ways to say said in your writing. However, I have also included, if you do need some support with that, a little word mat with a selection of words to replace said, and you can choose some of those which you feel you'd like to use in your continued writing. As I've said here, please make sure you take care of these, as you'll need to use them for your writing going forward, so don't lose them after today. Please keep them in a safe place. And then I've also got a recording of chapter 2 of The Wild Robot for you to enjoy. If you do want to do any more with those petals, what you could do is try to maybe think of a way in which you could, rather than just a word to replace said, is there a way in which you can replace said which adds detail or tells you more about what the character is doing, or an action surrounding the character. So I've put an example in here, and if you do this, you only need to maybe think of about, you know, at least kind of 3 to 4, and you could write these around your petal or on a separate piece of paper if you want. So an example is, where are you going? Asked Lee. So asked being the word to replace said. Then I've added detail on, so I'll tell you the whole sentence now. Where are you going? Asked Lee while running after his friend. So you see, I've added in detail which conveys or tells you what the character is also doing while asking Lee. Okay, so that's something to maybe have a little go at, and there's 2 examples there for you to look at if you want to give that a go. Afternoon activities, keep going with your quiet reading. It was excellent to see so many reading journals being handed in, so well done for that. Okay, good variety of text being read, so that's excellent. Well done, Otters. What I've also recommended is looking at a little bit more of the computing using Purple Mash. So for today, you will notice that a new to-do should pop up on Tuesday, which says to calculate. And this is a form of spreadsheet, which is a software kind of program in which you're able to organise information of different forms. Okay, and you'll see this more as you carry out today's recommended kind of activity if you're able to do so. So basically launch the to calculate to do and have an experiment with it. See what you can do with it, see what is possible with it. I have included in there a sheet which is called Things to Try on To Calculate sheet, so you should see that linked into the blog. When you do launch the to-do, and I have included an image of this, it comes up with like an inside box as well, so you have to click on not on lessons, it's on the tab next door to lessons, and click on, or tap on the first empty sheet, and that's better shown in the image that I've put inside the blog for you to look at. And I hope you have fun with this. This is experimenting, getting used to what to calculate is, and we can have a look at developing our skills in that area of spreadsheets further along. Right, so that was your today's learning. I really do hope you have fun with today's learning. Make sure you take care, be safe, and I'll see you soon. Take care.